The paper given this morning dealt with the theme of God and Caesar, the main theme of this conference. This afternoon, I'm taking a session to deal with an apologetics topic. And the background of this is that my wife and I are members of the Sherlock Holmes Society of London. This is one of the two most distinguished Sherlock Holmes societies in the world, the other being the Baker Street Irregulars in New York. And in the Sherlock Holmes Society of London, occasionally members do pastiche. That is to say, creation of stories that are done in the style and the setting of the stories done by Watson. Now, you must understand that for a Sherlockian, Sherlock is a historical person, and his biographer, of course, is Watson. Conan Doyle is no more than a literary editor who came on the scene and is in a secondary position. At the Sherlock Holmes Society of London, I've had the opportunity, for example, to respond to David Jenkins, the Bishop of Durham, who was invited to talk about his Sherlockian interests, and an opportunity to present an apologetic for the Christian faith based on the style of Holmes. And that's what I'm going to do today here. There are numerous allusions to the existing Sherlock Holmes materials, and I will try to point those out as we go along for those of you who are not acquainted with what is known as the canon. The canon consists of the 56 short stories and the 4 longer novels done by Watson or by Holmes himself. The remarkable dialogue to follow came into my hands quite unexpectedly. I had been a member in good standing of the Sherlock Holmes Society of London for a number of years, but it was only on moving permanently to the United Kingdom in 1991 that I was able to participate actively in the Society's affairs. On learning that I was a published theologian as well as an academic, senior members graciously invited me to speak when the subject of discussion touched upon religious concerns. After my response to the Bishop of Durham's address at the Society's 41st annual dinner on 8 January 1993 at the Langham Hotel, I was taken aside and let in on the Society's most well-guarded secret, that Dr. Watson's battered tin dispatch box containing notes of Sherlock Holmes's unpublished cases had been entrusted to the Society by Lloyd's Bank, successor to Cox and Company. Among the yellowing, faded documents in that box was the dialogue which I reproduce for the first time here. It was the Society's wish that it be made known in a responsible theological context, in line with the seriousness of the issues addressed. I am humbled at the confidence the Society has placed in me in allowing me to offer the dialogue to this audience, and I trust that it will encourage those who hear or read it to pursue truth as assiduously as the great detective did himself. A caveat. In order to obviate misunderstanding, I should perhaps emphasize, before presenting the dialogue itself, that no attempt is being made to promote Holmes's or Watson's personal religious views as such. Much attention has been devoted to the precise nature of these opinions, and I have myself written on the subject. But for our present purpose, such questions are irrelevant. The value of the following dialogue lies not in the opportunity it might offer to emulate or criticize a great man's religious views, but in the assistance it can provide in arriving at a sound methodology for handling ultimate questions. Above all, Holmes' strength lay in his methodological rigor, his razor-sharp employment of the inferential techniques of deduction, induction, and especially what Peirce termed abduction, imaginative, retroductive reasoning, by which constructs were arrived at that succeeded where others had failed in solving apparently intractable factual issues. The genuine seeker after truth should therefore benefit maximally from the methodological guidance Holmes provides, and it is to Holmes' reasoning processes, rather than to his own beliefs or lack of them, that we direct our listeners' and readers' attention in what now follows. This is the dialogue. It was, as I recall, this is Watson writing, of course, it was, as I recall, in September 1901 that Holmes and I had the only extended religious conversation in all our years together at 221B Baker Street. Considering Holmes's taciturnity in all matters relating to his personal life, we had known each other for years before I even learned of the existence of his brother.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?